to urinate on the field like a dog after scoring a touchdown. But now Eagles fans are the least of Odell's troubles, with Giants owner John Mara telling the New York Post, quote, "I do not want to get into a discussion about this, but I will say that I'm very unhappy with Odell's behavior on Sunday, and we intend to deal with it internally." Coward, I think this is just more proof. No way in hell, if I'm the New York Giants, do I give Odell Beckham Jr., a child who acts childishly, a long-term contract. They have no control over this guy. If you try to exert any control over this guy, you're going to get destroyed and savaged by social media and the rest of the media. I let him go. He's a child, and he's going to remain a child.
Totally disagree. First of all, I hate this. That urine thing is just doesn't work for me.
Called himself a dog after the game.
It just doesn't. There's nothing about that I like. But Jason, pro sports is not the perfection business. It's you take the good with the bad business. People are young. They come from different backgrounds. They have different religions. Many have come from either, not a lot of Ivy League guys, not a lot of white picket fences here. Some guys had to go to junior college. Some kids were poor. Some kids were abused. Some kids were paid off in college.
So he gets to act like a dog.
No, what I'm saying is coaches aren't perfect. Players aren't perfect. This is not the perfection business. It is you take the good with the bad. And he gives you a lot of good. And that urine thing was stupid. But I'll take that when you give me so much good as an owner.
Sets a tone with that franchise and that team that, he's urinating all over the team as well.
I've said this, I've said this on the herd. He's an emotional and passionate player. Do I agree with the celebration? Absolutely not. Do I think that he would even do it again? No, I don't. So there really is no itch. When I have kids, and if I haven't told them this is what you do not do, then my job as a parent, when I see them cross that line and do it, to educate them. Son, I know I didn't tell you to do that. I thought you would have known on your own not to do it, but now I know I need to tell you, we don't do that. That's what needs to take place, and I guarantee we won't see that again. But you can't take a player who is as passionate, who plays with as much intensity, and who gives everything they have for you and your team. You can't tell him to bottle that up because you don't have the same product. You don't have the same player. It will not work. So I would pay him. Pay him. Why? Because he brings so much value, not only to that organization, not only to the guys around him, but to that city. He is the face of, he literally is.
What? Before Odell, New York was nothing.
No,
Sinatra.
It's all about showmanship. What he brings to the table, it's unmatched.
Do you think he cares? I'll pay guys who care.
Yes,
I'll pay guys who care. If guys care, the guys
what he cares more about?
What?
Being a spectacle and being the center
Well,
of
I don't know. His
attention.
numbers are pretty good.
His numbers are good. I feel bad for the Giants organization because this is going to be a tough decision as far as I'm concerned. You can't tread lightly. I do have a feeling they're probably going to keep him, and he is the face of the league, really. Him and Tom Brady. I went overseas, and once they found out I was a football player, Odell Beckham.
No question, he is.
But
They said Odell Beckham more than Tom Brady.
More than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
More than Tom Brady with the hair. He is that guy right now. But here is the only way I would pay him. The only way I would pay him, and I don't Ben McAdoo. I just don't think he can control him. You need to bring a coach in there that can control him because Eli Manning's not controlling him. Nobody on that team is controlling him. And I look at Randy Moss. Remember Randy Moss doing all the shenanigans that he did when he went to New England? That stuff never happened. Nothing like that happened. And when it started to, goodbye. You can take those 23 touchdowns you had in that 1 year, and we'll see you later because we're not going to tolerate that. And so I think the only way I would pay him is if I can have somebody in there who could handle him. Otherwise, I would trade him away and get those 2 first-round picks, a couple second-round picks, third-round picks, go get an offensive line, go get some more players.
But you bring up a very good point. There's a leadership crisis in New York, coach and quarterback. There's not a star receiver crisis. They got one. Everybody in the league wants one. They have a problem in that organization. Starts with a coach and the quarterback. Eli is not Peyton as a leader, and Ben McAdoo is a coordinator, masquerading as a head coach. That's their issue. Odell's issue is don't urinate in the field. And like Greg said, he's a young kid.
Stay off a boat before the playoffs.
Oh, my goodness. Stop.
Catch some balls in the postseason. That's another issue.
What